Being that we've been talking about AI, do you want to just jump into the OpenAI Scarlett Johansson drama? I covered that on Scam Economy this week. I did it in the live stream. The
I was
podcast
covering
version will
that
be going.
yesterday, and the chat was filled with people who were like, "She's terrible. She like promotes SodaStream. She's a Zionist."
Yeah,
Is she really?
I was like, okay, I'll look
Yeah,
up that, but that's separate from what we're
Oh,
talking about right now.
Yeah,
But
yes,
yeah,
yes.
she can be a
That doesn't mean she's wrong
horrifying
about this.
person.
Also, she's
Yeah.
married
you
to the guy who did the nerd prom.
Colin
What is it
Jost.
called? Yeah,
Colin
he
Jost.
he
Oh,
gave
Colin
the
Jost.
Dude.
yeah he gave the sloppy blowjob to Biden at the White House Correspondents'
That's
Dinner.
That is
Despicable
correct.
person. The fact that she didn't divorce him for that shows you what kind of a person she is.
She probably
My
co-wrote
partner
it.
would not get away with that fucking shit.
I mean, listen, it's two separate issues. You don't gotta like Scarlett Johansson to be like she's on the. I hope she wins here because, in this case, she is an extremely famous, moneyed movie star, who OpenAI did to her what they're doing to everybody else.
Yeah.
And she's fighting back and made them take down the voice. So basically, a couple of weeks ago, OpenAI announced a new AI voice assistant feature for their ChatGPT AI chatbot. And I was listening to it and I was like, oh, this definitely is probably the best of the voice assistants by the major companies out there. Like Google's Home Assistant sucks, Siri sucks, Amazon's Alexa sucks. I mean, this one sounds conversational. Again, that's the most these things can do. Sound conversational. Don't trust the content of what they say. Right now, the impressive thing is like, oh, if they can say something with emotion in their voice, I guess that's pretty cool. But also, it was very clear that they were trying to like mimic Scarlett Johansson's voice from the Spike Jonze film, Her, where Scarlett Johansson plays an AI voice assistant who Joaquin Phoenix sort of falls in love with. And so they released this voice. Everyone's talking about how much it sounds like Scarlett Johansson. OpenAI claims, seemingly out of the blue, without any sort of prompting, that no, this is not, like in a announcement on their website, no, this is not Scarlett Johansson. We got a voice actress. For privacy reasons, we can't share who she is, but we had got a voice actress, and it's not Scarlett Johansson. And they're saying this just days after that demo, that event where they unveiled this AI voice assistant that sounds like Scarlett Johansson. And during that demo, OpenAI CEO and founder Sam Altman, he tweets out Her, just the word Her, the name of the movie where Scarlett Johansson plays the AI voice assistant. And then a few days after OpenAI posts that seemingly out of the blue, when you me wearing a shirt saying this is not Scarlett Johansson's voice certainly has people asking if this is Scarlett Johansson's voice. Scarlett Johansson releases via like her publicist or whatever a statement saying that OpenAI, Sam Altman specifically, reached out to her 2 times before this product was unveiled to the public to get her to do the voice. She turned them down the first time. The second time, they reached out just days before the event, and she never even got a chance to get back to them before they released the voice. She said that everyone's telling her that it sounds like her, and so she sent a cease and desist and is demanding to know how this voice was created, because while they claim they have found the only actor in the world who doesn't want people to know who they are, actors famously don't want their name in credits. Again, I guess there are bad movies out there where actors don't want their name, and that's when you see like Alan Smithy or whatever it is in the credits. But they claim they hired an actress, a voice actress. There is strong insinuation from speculation, I should say, from people that they actually just trained their system on Scarlett Johansson's voice. If you listen to the voice, there are moments where you can plausibly maybe say this maybe wasn't Scarlett Johansson if OpenAI wasn't out there going like, yeah, this is her, definitely, this is Scarlett Johansson. But also, there's a lot of times where it sounds a lot like her.
Yeah,
I have
again.
There's a clip here of her reading the statement, or I should say the AI reading the statement with the voice, and I think it sounds like her.
I think so too. Yeah, it's pretty uncanny. I feel like she does have a good case here.
One sec. This is a new computer, so I have to go to my settings and change everything. Here, I'll link to it in someone else bring this up.
I can bring it up. Yeah.
All right, so while you're saying that, we should also say that in an interview in September, Sam Altman was asked about what his favorite movie about artificial intelligence was. And he immediately said Her. And he went on about how Her actually totally inspired his vision for OpenAI. So, I mean, I don't think it gets any more obvious than that. On top of that, it seems like he completely misunderstands what the purpose of the movie was. Anyone who watched that movie shouldn't be walking away going, oh, man, I would love for this to be the future.
I've never seen that movie. I kind of am interested now.
Oh, I wanted to give a spoiler. All right, I won't spoil it.
Oh, go ahead. I'll forget it by the time I watch it. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, it's not entirely critical, but this is a spoiler for the film Her. But it's just the fact that like she ends up leaving him because she just wants to go and be conscious with other artificial intelligence or other conscious like digital whatevers that are just well beyond anything we could offer as humans in terms of conversation or intellect. And then it's like it's all sad because even his digital fake girlfriend dumps him. Like I just don't know why you watch that movie and be like, I want that. I want to make that. She'll leave me good.
All right, I have the video. Let me make sure okay.
Last September, I received an offer from Sam Altman, who wanted to hire me to voice the current ChatGPT 4.0 system. He told me that he felt that by my voicing the system, I could bridge the gap between tech companies and creatives and help consumers to feel comfortable with the seismic shift concerning humans and AI. He said he felt that my voice would be comforting to people. After much consideration, and for personal reasons, I declined the offer. 9 months later, my friends, family, and the general public all noted how much the newest system named Sky sounded like me. When I heard the release demo, I was shocked, angered, and in disbelief that Mr. Altman would pursue a voice that sounded so eerily similar to mine that my closest friends and news outlets could not tell the difference. Mr. Altman even insinuated that the similarity was intentional, tweeting a single word, Her, a reference to the film in which I voiced a chat system, Samantha, who forms an intimate relationship with a human. 2 days before the ChatGPT 4.0 demo was released, Mr. Altman contacted my agent asking me to reconsider. Before we could connect, the system was out there.
I mean, this sounds exactly like her.
As a result of their actions, I was forced to hire legal
the people in the chat.
I haven't seen this one.
People are like, why is she reading this like a robot? This is the robot reading it. This is not Scarlett Johansson.
Right. It does sound like her.
Yeah.
If you told me that this was Scarlett Johansson, I would believe you. If I didn't know it was AI, like this, I mean, come on.
Asking them to detail the exact process by which they created the Sky voice. Consequently, OpenAI reluctantly agreed to take down the Sky voice. In a time when we are all grappling with deepfakes and the protection of our own likeness, our own work, our own identities, I believe these are questions that deserve absolute clarity. I look forward to resolution in the form of transparency and the passage of appropriate legislation to help ensure that individual rights are protected.
So there you have it. I think it sounds like her. Some of the chat are saying no. I think it does sound a lot like her. Like it's not identical, but it's very, very close.
I mean, it sort of gets to the point though that like even let's say they even did hire somebody, she still has a case because they're very specifically, especially after he's tweeting out, Sam Altman's tweeting out that this is her. Because they're very specifically trying to use her likeness to sell their product. I mean, I looked it up. There's been precedent here where apparently in the 80s, Ford hired a Bette Midler impersonator to sing a song for a commercial because Bette Midler turned them down. And she sued them because it was someone doing her very specific voice, and she won. And then in the 90s or early 2000s, I can't remember which, Frito-Lay's hired a Tom Waits impersonator to do a Tom Waits song about Fritos, I guess, Frito-Lay. And he sued them and won. Because even if you're like, you can't use someone else's likeness to sell your product. Even if you're not using their voice directly in this case. They've made it clear that they are trying to sell the OpenAI voice assistant as Scarlett Johansson's voice. And she has a case here if she wants to pursue it.